Okay, now, seeing how I'm trying to play catch up, this recap will be the morning of day 62. So I'll probably repeat myself a bit. I told you I got up really early, was making coffee, and there were just deer all over the campground tent site, and it was just the coolest thing. One thing I didn't mention, we met this really great guy around the fire. His name was Barry, and he was actually on a 5-day motorcycle trip, camping / motorcycle trip. And he came over because he was in the campsite next to us. And he came over because he saw our fire, and he said his hands were so cold. And he asked if he could just warm himself for a little bit by the fire. But he stayed a good while. And really, really nice guy. This was kind of I don't remember the term he used, this is so lame, but a practice run, but that's not at all what he said. It was just kind of like, going out and spending 5 days when he has this much longer trip that he's planning and looking forward to. So, so he was really, really nice, and I'll include a picture. But also, so the next morning I told you about the deer, and I got up really early, and I actually got out pretty early. I mean, it was before 8, I want to say. I just don't remember exactly when. Gosh, yesterday was a million years ago. So we spent the night at the campground. It was spectacular. I slept amazing. And then, less than a mile on the AT, right there on the AT, someone had secured a tent site right adjacent, right abutting the AT, so that for the sole purpose that they could offer Trail Magic breakfast and lunch to thru hikers. So we had a heads up because we saw a sign, so we knew, but we didn't know what we were gonna see or find there. So we were all making our way. We're pathetic. I mean, it really is pathetic. Free food, and we don't even have to go off trail very far. Really? Oh my gosh, like we are like pathetic. But so we get there, and they were so generous. They had pancakes and sausage, and okay, they bought the same all-natural Jones sausage that I get, and they had this high-end pancake mix. It wasn't even your run-of-the-mill, right? Cheap stuff, and organic pure maple syrup. I'm like, are you kidding me? These are my people. And they had fruit, and then they had a zillion different snacks that they were just, take some, you're gonna get hungry later, take some. They kept saying, please eat more food. We thought we'd have more thru hikers. Please eat more food. So I was such a piglet. I had at least 8 pancakes. That's probably what I had. And I can't remember if I had 2 or 3 sausages. Pretty sure it was only 2. But they also had coffee. I took 5 bags of chips with me. These people, it was Phil was the chef, and their son Liam and the wife Shannon, and their little cutie pie dog Nellie. Oh my gosh, I ate so much, but not so much that my stomach hurt, because I know better. I've made the mistake before. You overeat and you're not done for the day. Overeating when you're done for the day is one thing, but overeating when you are not done for the day, you got to put a pack back on, and there's a waist strap. And that waist strap goes right across your overfull belly, and that don't feel good. I've made that mistake a couple of times just to be sure. So I said, I'm not overfull with pancakes. I could have eaten more, which is just embarrassing. When did that happen? I got at home.
I don't want to scare you. I'm sorry.
Oh, no, you're fine. Say hi for my video. Hey. I'm vlogging.
Cool.
Yeah.
Video.
And I forgot your trail name?
It's Dirt Note.
Dirt Note.
I write
there we
notes
are.
in the dirt.
Oh, very cool.
Maybe I'll do one today. My Dirt Note writing has kind of subsided over time.
Oh, okay.
Not as much as a Dirt Note writer is when I first started the trail.
Got it. So Dirt Note was one of the section hikers at the shelter last night. Anyway, so Oh, I don't know where I left off with that. I just know that, oh, I know, like at home, right? At home, I would eat 2 pancakes and be completely full. Here, I eat 8 and I could actually eat more. Are you kidding me? Oh my gosh, the calories we burn out here are insane. So, anyway, spent probably an hour with these folks. They were just so nice. And so now it was 9:30. So yeah, a little bit on the trail, then spent an hour. So now I remember looking down at my watch. It was 9:30, and we're getting going. And I've got this very long day ahead of me. So the terrain yesterday, hills did not hurt. They were not steep. They did not hurt, but the terrain, it was so rocky. Like the footing, you have to just be so careful or you're going on your face. And I did actually, when that tripping where you don't fall, but you stub your toe so much that you almost fall. I did that like 4 times in a row, like one right after another. I go, oh my gosh, stop. Now, granted, it was toward the end, so yes, I was getting tired, but enough already. I don't do that often, and here I did it like 4 times right in a row, and then a 5th time later, and I'm sure there were plenty of times leading up to that. It was just that kind of day. And you know what? By the time I got, I don't know, I was a couple miles from the shelter, I'd had enough, and I was just like, I am so done with you rocks, be done, be gone. So I just could not wait at that point to get to the shelter. And I got to the shelter and I was very, very tired, just from all the rocks, not from the hills or the climbs, but I was just so done. And decided it was probably 6:15, not super late, but late enough that I just decided to make camp in the shelter again. I know, I'm living on the edge, taking so much risk, but washed my hands. Made dinner, was delicious, mashed potatoes with chicken, 2 chicken packets, and some spice packets, which I have to talk about the spice packets maybe later. I was saving it for a slow news day because I want to wrap it into some advice on resupplies, shipping resupplies, not resupplies like when you go to the grocery store, but shipping resupplies and what to be aware of. But that'll be for a slow news day. But anyway, I had a spice packet. And it just, oh my gosh, it was delicious. These mashed potatoes and chicken. And you know what else I did yesterday? So I came down a hill. I was coming down a hill and I had to take a turn. And as I'm turning, I'm like, I smell food. And I'm thinking to myself, there must be a restaurant. There has to be. I smell fried food is what I smelled. I said, nobody's cooking fried food at a campsite. So I opened the map, and sure enough, it was Skyland Restaurant and Hotel. And it's like, the map says it's hoity-toity and, like fancy and probably costs a lot. So I said, you know what? But it also said something about pastries. And I go, I like pastries. So I said, I'm going to go. I'm here for the full experience. So it was a 0.1 detour. I said, I can do that. So I go down, and sure enough, and I've got video of that. It was absolutely glorious. Actually, you would have already seen it because it's in yesterday's video. It was absolutely glorious. So, but it turns out the pastries was just a Starbucks. Otis Spudmacher cookies. So I'd gone that far, for crying out loud. All right, see, I don't know where I go. Darn it. Oh, come on. Like, where is the blaze? All right, well, I'm going to get on the other side of the road. Oh, looks like it's right here. Okay. I'd rather have seen a blaze, but, there it is hiding. Hi, Wilson. Good morning. So, I said, I'm here. I may as well get a cookie. So I got one of those giant size chocolate chip cookies, which I meant to take a picture of and didn't. Anyway, ate that for dessert last night after my mashed potatoes and chicken. Stayed in the shelter. Slept really, really, really well. I don't sleep as well in shelters typically, but it was super nice. I don't know why. I slept like a rock. And the temperature dipped to like 41. I thought I was going to be freezing. But Crazy, of course, somebody built, because Crazy got there like late. He was behind me all day and I didn't know why. He took a 3-hour nap. Can you even believe that? Okay. I could never get to camp on time if I took a 3-hour nap, but whatever. These young people, they're young people. They hike fast. I don't hike fast, but I hike long, so I can usually I do end up in the same spots. But anyway, okay. So somebody started a fire, but Crazy came in and he just got this fire raging. And there was a log already in the fire pit and it was huge. And I thought, there is no way that log is going to burn. But it burned all night and it was gone by morning. And I'm going to tell you what, I think that fire actually heated our space a little because I was so comfortable. There were section hikers, as I mentioned, you just saw dirt notes. There were some section hikers that really, really nice guys, my age-ish. We met a young couple named Beans and Mustard. They were wicked nice. They're from Connecticut. And then the usual guys, Crazy, T-Dog, Swampfoot, The Foot, Pony Boy, and me. It was in the section hikers. There were actually quite a few section hikers. Some I didn't even talk to. And there was actually some people came in and out, set up tent and left and didn't even talk. So that's fine. They were just on a mission. So anyway, once again, got up wicked early. I guess I'll save that for, is that today's update now? Yeah, I guess I can still talk about that because it's day 63. And I'll tell you all about day 63 on day 64. Gosh, this vlogging is complicated. Okay, so got up at 5:45 this morning. Absolutely glorious. I was the first one up again and didn't want to wake anybody. So took my cook set again, far from the shelter, to make my coffee because it does make a lot of noise. What happens is, and I didn't even know this, somebody actually told me, and I'm glad they did. They weren't trying to be a jerk. They just wanted me to know that when the way that you fire up the cook stove and it kind of echoes into the shelter. So when others are sleeping and I'm up, at 5:45, trying to make coffee. So I now take it farther away just out of respect. And fired up, I was making my coffee and I look and deer are like everywhere again. Like yesterday the other day they're in the campsite. Today they're just coming out of the woods. It's so peaceful in the morning, right? They're just coming out of the woods. And I didn't even realize as I'm sitting there getting the coffee, there was a deer just standing next to me watching me. I had no idea. Of course, I didn't have my phone yet in my pocket, so I didn't get any photos of this, but wild, huh? Again, can't pay money for this. Oh, such an incredible experience that I couldn't have if I wasn't right here, right now, right? Anyway, that was really great. So because I didn't have a tent to break down, because it's such a beautiful morning and I'm not contending with, wet and cold and it was cold. Don't get me wrong. My hand's frozen, but I got my little wind gloves on. I call them wind gloves because they stink as rain gloves. These are not Z-Packs. They're another brand that's totally failed as rain gear. But anyway, failed rain gear makes great wind gear and bug gear and adds a little added something when you need just, okay, that says go this way. When you need just a little added layer of warmth, they're very thin, super lightweight. I think they weigh less than an ounce. And these gloves, and you know what? They add a little something, so you're warmer for sure. So may not work really great as rain gear, but they certainly work for cold mornings. But anyway, set out and I was on the trail by 7:35. I'm feeling really good about that. We left mile marker 9:45.6. Pretty sure that's what it was. It's 9:45 point something. And if I said 9:45 in a previous video, I think it was the one that I did trying to play catch up, then that was just misquote. The campground landed us at 927.3, I think. So if I said 45, that was just a misspeak. Last night, definitely 945.6. The goal today is an even 20 to a campsite. It's an official campsite with a spring, but Far Out doesn't have it listed as a campsite. They just have it listed as a spring. So I'm looking forward to that. 20 miles even. And our final wayside. We get to look forward to our final wayside. So we'll probably get there for lunch. I am having another smash burger. I cannot believe I'm eating hamburgers and loving them. I know I've said this. I'm a broken record. I know. Previous to the trail, I did not eat hamburgers. Ever. Maybe it's just that I don't like hamburgers. That you know, frozen patties or whatever. Maybe I just don't like them. I don't like steak burgers. Like, if somebody is, we have high-end hamburgers. They're steak burgers or whatever. I do not like those. I know that for sure. But these greasy, cheap hamburgers, oh my gosh, they're delicious. So I am looking forward to another one of those and another vanilla milkshake. Now, here's, I should wait and tell you how the third one turns out, but the first wayside, which was like Long Meadow, I think it was called. Long Meadow, something like that. I don't know. Loft Mountain. Don't hold me to the name. It was the first Nobo wayside option. Best milkshake. Oh, it was so thick. I ate it with my straw. I couldn't suck it through the straw, so I used the straw as a spoon. And the second one was thin and blah, and not a real milkshake. So that was a bummer. So I'm hoping today's will be thick again. Well, willing to take a chance. So that's the goal. We'll get there for lunch and then hoping to complete 20 miles and get to that campsite/spring. All right, that's my day. So far, so good. The weather, I have not looked at the weather. I'm afraid to look at the weather because it has just been so nice. I don't want to jinx it. Plus, I often do that kind of research at the shelters or at night in my tent, and we have not had cell service. Again, Shanice is very hit or miss. So, you know, like I say, the wilderness does not embrace technology, nor should it. So, okay, I'm going to stop babbling and just see if I can make some good progress today. Alrighty. Bye-bye. Oh my gosh, can you stand it? I would absolutely put $1,000 down that this is the work of Dirt Notes. Now that I know where he got his name from, that is awesome. He no doubt left this for me, but also for every thru hiker that comes through here. This is awesome. Thank you, Dirt Notes. If you see this, thank you. I love it. I absolutely love it. Okay, so I have just popped out of the woods, and here is our last wayside. I don't know if it's open yet. I think it opens at 11. Oh, it says 9 to 6. And there is the sign. Here, oops. There it is. Open 9 to 6, food. Woo, yep, I see a door opening and closing, so I am going in. All right, let's see if they've already eaten. I don't know if they're waiting for lunch. Maybe breakfast is served. I just don't know. Let's find out. All right. That's what I was just actually wondering. I said, well, the door is opening and closing, but I wonder if the grill opens. Yeah.
The grill opens at 11.
Whoop, whoop. I'll go buy some snacks in the meantime. Here we go. Trying to figure out if this is the same view I keep seeing or just a different angle. I saw that view from yesterday like 15 times. I said, okay, we don't need to keep taping it, but oh my gosh, look at that. So here's my little campsite for tonight. As you can see, it's crowded. It's a popular place. Just kidding. It'll be just me tonight, I suspect. But it's a nice site. The PA Trail Club, PATC, calls it an official campsite. But for whatever reason, Far Out just has it listed stream. And the stream is actually 0.2 back. So I filled up with water, then got up here. So here's my food and my toiletries ready to go up onto that branch when I have finished dinner, because my cook set will go with it. And my little hand washing station, although I don't have it all set up yet. It's just ready to go. And my backpack. There's my dinner in the koozie, steaming. I'm having soup because, and there's my bed. Oh, I can't wait to snuggle. And my sneakers. And there is no hint of rain. And there's my hand towel. When it's not raining, I think I told you I hang it from my pole. And it's just great for drying my hands. And you can see right through here. Oh, the sun is dropping fast. Oh my goodness, it was much higher just a few minutes ago. But you can see that little area right there. The sun is setting and the orange is poking through. You hear the birds. And somebody commented that the deer made their way through here at breakfast time. So that's become a regular occurrence. A regular thing. Anyway, it's beautiful. The guys all decided to go to the next shelter, which is about 3.5, 4 miles away. I was toast. I said, nope, I'm done. I like my little campsite. My campsite. I like it. I like it a lot. All right, folks. Well, I think I'm gonna... So the sun is setting. I could see it really bright through the trees not that long ago. Now all I'm getting is that orange. Huh. Anyway, very cool. Birds are letting me know it's nighttime. Very pretty. So this is my campsite for tonight. You can see that it's very popular. We're very crowded here tonight. Just me. But it's a cute little, it's perfect. There's a bunch of sites if other people wanted to stay here. This is my bear bag and my toiletry bag. All when I finish my dinner, I'm gonna hang it. Let's see if we can see the branch. Way up there. Yep, that branch right there. I threw my rope over. And then I haven't put my filter on yet, but here's my little hand washing station. I'll be doing that very soon because I gotta wash my hands before dinner. And my hand drying, my towel. And then that's my dinner in the koozie. I'm having the ramen soup again. Gee, I really like that. I hope it gives me enough calories because I really like it. But I had, again, another, smash burger, onion rings, milkshake. And then I'll tell you in a little bit, there was some trail magic. So my tummy just didn't need a full dinner. And there's my bed. And there's my little sneakers. And they're not, oh, look at the orange coming through. They're saying no rain. So, yeah, I really like my little campsite, even if I am the only one here. Yeah, so the guys decided they were going to go another 4 miles to the shelter, but I was toast. I'm like, yeah, no, I'm done. You go. Besides, they all have all kinds of things happening. They're going into Fort Royal, I think is the next town. Anyway, I said goodbye to them for a few days because they all have different things they're doing. But anyway, all right. Good night for now. So it is going to get dark very soon. So I'm going to give you a review on the day real quick. As you know, we left the shelter. I left very early, 7:30. I was drinking my coffee with the deer. Oh my gosh. So I ended up, the guys, they're half my age. They hike faster than me. I left before them, but they all one at a time passed me, but that's fine. They got to the wayside. Now, the wayside was only 7.7 miles away, and it was a lot of downhill, and it was very easy terrain. It was like the easiest 7.7 miles in a while. So they got there around 10, but the grill didn't open till 11. I just moseyed and took my time, even though I was probably one of the first to leave. I think I was the first to leave. Anyway, I got out the door at 7:30 and got to the wayside at 10:45. But that was fine. But the store part was open. And as much as I have plenty of meals and lunches and breakfasts, I run low on snacks. I eat more than I'm supposed to per day. So I just stocked up on some snacks waiting for the grill to open. So finally, of course, I got my final Wayside smash burger. Oh my gosh, I don't know what they do. It's just greasy with lettuce, tomato, red onion, and some kind of sauce on a brioche bun. And and pepper jack cheese. And I don't know what they do, but it is so good. And then I got some onion rings because I had gotten onion rings at Loft Mountain Wayside, and they weren't great. So I didn't get them at the next one, Big Meadow. But this was Elk Wallow Wayside. And the Foot had gotten some, and they looked really good, and I had one, and they were really good. So I went and got some. So I had a lot of food. And the vanilla shakes. So again, Loft Mountain vanilla shakes, so much ice cream. You had to eat it with the straw. You know, like you can't suck it through the straw. You have to pick it up with the straw. Like it, just eat it like as if you have a spoon, right? The one at Big Meadow was very thin and disappointing. But today's super thick, super ice creamy. So now I'm on a vanilla milkshake kick. So next time I'm in town, I'm going to be hunting down a vanilla milkshake. This is what happens. I get on kicks. Like I have to have certain things over and over and over until they're out of my system. Like whatever happened to the vanilla cream Oreos? Like I totally overdid them, and now I don't want any. So, okay, but they may make a comeback. We don't know. I still got a long way to go. Okay, so anyway, I bought snacks. I bought my big lunch, and I ate every last bite and thoroughly enjoyed it. Was able to charge all my devices up, so that's really good because I am looking to get to a hostel in 4 days. I want to get there Friday. We might be getting rain on Friday. So I thought, what a perfect day to go to a hostel. We'll see if it works out that way. I got to look at the way the shelters fall and the campsites fall and whatever. But I'm 60 miles away from that hostel, and I want to go there because I had packages sent there. So I got to pick them up. Okay. What else? So then I am so full, and it's great because I'm hiking up a storm. I feel great. I've got all the, I've got gas in the car, in other words, right? And then all of a sudden I see this little note, and it's just on this tiny little pad, like a piece of paper that came from a tiny little pad, and it says Trail Magic. But the thing was, it had an arrow, but it was going on the AT. So it wasn't like I was going to go any different direction. But so I get there, and the guys are all there. Of course they are. And it was a triple crowner. So his name is Beat, like he's totally beat, worn out. And he was just, oh my gosh. Do you know, he had a battery charger, like this big charger, so that people could, like something that like you take, it's like a massive battery that he plugged in so people could charge their devices. Like, he knows what we need, right? And he handed me a wet, like, face cloth to wash, like, whatever dirt and grime off me that I wanted. I couldn't believe it. I'm like, that's brilliant. Like, no one's ever offered me that before. And so I wiped down my legs and I got my ankles because my legs get really filthy. And I wiped my legs down and my arms down and my face and my neck and my ears. And oh God, I felt like I took a bath. So that was great. So then he hands me a plate with 3 hot dogs in buns on it. And I went, oh, no, thank you. You can give those to the guys. And the guys go, oh, no, Trinity, we already had ours. Those are for you. I went, oh, I'm so sorry. I cannot eat 3 hot dogs right now. I still had smash burger digesting in my belly. But and I said, I go, guys, I haven't eaten a hot dog in like 30 years. And they're like, oh, sorry, Trinity, you have to have at least 1, maybe 2. And I was like, oh my gosh. And this guy had made hot dogs, like, right? Oh, I didn't even tell you the best part. Okay, let me finish the hot dog story. So I said, okay, I'll eat 1, right? Honest to God, I haven't eaten a hot dog in so long. It's almost like what happened to me, like with the hamburgers. Like all of a sudden I have 1, but I don't know if I'll be craving hot dogs. But it was good. Like, I can't believe I enjoyed it. I put mustard on it. It was good. I'm ashamed of myself. Anyway, it was really good. So I ate that, but now I was wicked full. But here's what was so great. I did not fill up on water at the wayside from the spigot like I should have, because I knew it was city water. I'd had it before. I don't like the taste of it. So I was like convinced I could just stop at a stream and filter some water. No, there was not a single water source for 10 miles. Well, it got warm today and I was parched. I mean, so thirsty. And I would just kept going, you got to find water, you got to find water. There would have been water at a shelter. Okay, there was a shelter. It was 0.2 off the trail, which means round trip 0.4 plus whatever time it takes me to filter the water. I said, that is easily a 45-minute detour. And that was only 2.5 hours or 2 hours from my campsite. And I was like, I'm not doing it. So here I am, like, on the verge of drinking my own urine. I'm so thirsty and I won't do that, right? So then I see the Trail Magic sign and I'm like, water. I knew there'd be water. So I come around the corner and I see the guys. I say hi to everybody. I went, oh my gosh, I can't tell you how much I love you right now. I need water. I need water. And then it became this whole hot dog thing. And I'm like, no, I need water. But anyway, no, so I got the water too. So I stocked up on water. I drank a whole bottle right there and then took some with me. But anyway, so that was amazing. And oh my gosh, I'm telling you, just when you say you need something, the trail seems to provide it. There's people who just love on you constantly out here. And the Trail Magic just is mind-blowing. The different things people think of to do to just encourage you and to make sure that you are just that much more successful in your journey so that you can see it through, right? Anyway, it was really great. So anyway, we all took off at the same time, and, sure enough, the young guys are way ahead of me. But where do I see them? At the stream that's like 0.1 or 0.2 before this campsite. And that's when I learned that they were going to continue on to the shelter, because they had talked about maybe coming here, but if they felt really good, they were going to go to the shelter. Okay, fine. They're going to the shelter. But I saw them. So I thought that was wicked funny. I couldn't have been that far behind them, right? Anyway, they were stocking up on water. I filled up on water so I could just bring it up here and not have to go back. But guess what I did? I left my pole down there. So I still had to go back and get my pole. Because I decided to soak my feet. Oh gosh, that water is ice cold. But I'm going to tell you, once you get through that sting, that initial sting, it felt so good on my feet. And it washed my feet. So that was really great. And I don't know how dark this is and if you can even see me anymore. But But that's I told the boys. I knew that they had like Swampfoot's parents are coming into town, so he's going to spend a couple days with them. The other guys were just taking a 00 for whatever reason, I don't know. But I'm not doing that. So we said goodbye. I wished them, to have lots of fun in what they were doing. And I know they'll catch up with me. And then I said, you'll fly right by me. And one of them goes, says the woman who has kept up with us for 4 days. So, okay, fine. I may not hike as fast as you, but I certainly do get to the same destinations as you guys. So, fair enough. All right, so it is getting dark. Like I said, I don't even know if you can see me anymore. And I'm going to let you go. And until tomorrow, good night, everyone.